What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Decimation, entitled Reign of Ungodly Creation. This is released on Comatose Music. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Ankara, Turkey, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very technical, brutal, and mythologically themed style of death metal. This is a band that takes a lot of inspiration and cues from many bands within the worlds of technical death metal and even death metal to come out of their homeland of Turkey. For instance, you could say that this is a band that definitely gets ideas and mythologies from bands like Deeds of Flesh and Nile. Very in-depth, detailed sort of ideas and visuals and lyrics. This is a band that definitely takes those ideas and runs with it and makes it all their own. And they have put out a good amount of material over the years. 2007's debut, Entering the Celestial Ruins, and their most previous release, 2010's Anthem of an Imperial Dominion. I mean, from the visuals, to the lyrics, to the music, to the songwriting, this is a band that really has a good work ethic going for them. They take their craft very seriously, and they brought forth some really awesome music, natural instrumentation, just some great deliveries going on, and this is a band that represents their country with great pride. I mean, I can think of great bands from Turkey such as Decaying Purity or even Cenotaph from Turkey. Both great bands in their own right. And you can include Decimation into that unique group of bands to come out of that country. I'm pretty sure there's more where that came from, but I'm just probably losing it at the top of my head at the moment. But let's get back onto this particular band. This is their third full-length album. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 37 minutes in length. And giving this album multiple listens, you can definitely tell that this is a band that definitely wants to continue on in the right path that they're in and get more technical, more inspired, and you can definitely tell by the way this band handles themselves and conducts themselves. This is a really solid piece of technical, brutal death metal, and if you're into Nile or Deeds of Flesh, I would say this is a band to be giving your ears and listening to. This album is a songwriting sort of clinic, and it definitely is showcased throughout the 9 tracks that are on here. I mentioned that this band has an almost Nile sort of worship to their sound. It can also be evidented in their song titles, because some of these song titles are very lengthy. I mean, you can go back to, I want to say, maybe In Their Darkened Shrines or Ithyphalic, or even some of the later Nile releases, some very lengthy song titles. I mean, take tracks like Mystic Transformation and Encrypted Scrolls of a Grievous Sermon. I mean, that song on here has some really awesome guitar playing going on here. It's mainly riff orientated, but the way the tone of the riff is, it just sounds phenomenal. It's technical without trying to show off. And I definitely think there's a lot of tastefully done guitar playing done on this album, even to tracks like Ghoulish Requiem for a Macabre Demonarch. I mean, it's just really awesome sounding the way these guitars are. Forgive me if I happen to tongue twist myself on some of these song titles. I'm just trying to go along as best as possible here. But yeah, those particular songs in question have some really awesome riff work going for them. The bass work here is very good too. It almost tends to verge on being a bit technical at times. You can definitely hear the bass on its own in certain instances, but it definitely goes properly for this album's pace and speed and time. I really love the way that the bass guitar sounds on here. When it comes to the drums, you can definitely tell this is a very natural sounding drum performance, from the way the snare tone is to the constant fills and blast beats. I mean, this is a very hard-working drum performance and very fast-paced all the way throughout. There really isn't a moment where it slows down. it does become a bit exhaustive at times, but then again, you just run along with the punches, and I think this drummer does a sensational job here with the drums. The fast blast beats, the double bass, the fills, just a lot of creativity within this drummer's performance here, and it's just so awesome to listen to. And moving on to the vocals, I'm really loving the vocal delivery and style here. It's a very rough, guttural sort of sound. You can definitely understand everything this singer is saying. His wordplay, his speed on the words, I just think it's awesome. And with every single track that's on here, there seems to be a bit of a story and a plot behind it. There's a lot of in-depth detail going on here with the lyrics. And I mentioned that this band has a very good knack for almost Egyptian sort of mythology, the Sumerian mythology, I should say. I mean, this is something that could definitely remind me a lot of Melchizedek. They handle that lyrical style very well here, and as far as Decimation is concerned, I think they bring that lyrical style justice here when it comes to the songs and the overall presentation of things. Like, take the track Prophetic Disguise Under the Pendulum of a Sacrilegious Throne. I mean, just some really great lyrical content going on in that particular track. I'm pretty sure I butchered the name of that song, but that's a really good song, regardless of what it's called. But anyway, if you're a fan of technical death metal, if you're a fan of Nile or Deeds of Flesh, if you're into Turkish brutal death metal, Decimation are a band to be checking out. I love their style. I love their creativity. I love the natural musicianship here. I think this is a very well mixed and produced album. The vocals are awesome. The guitar and bass work is smooth. The drumming is natural and it feels right. Definitely recommended for any fan of technical brutal death metal. And Reign of Ungodly Creation is something worth picking up. So if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would have to say Non-Celestial Horizons Cataclysmed in the Passage of Ninib. Excuse me here. Once again, long song titles. Mythic Transformation in Encrypted Scrolls of a Grievous Sermon. Prophetic Despise Under the Pendulum of a Sacrilegious Throne. And Devilish Domain Vortex in the Gloom of Wicked Ziggurat. So yeah, I won't say these song titles anymore because they twist my tongue too much. But I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the track Aberrant Ablution by Filthy Excrements of a Grotesque Crassamentum. I believe there's a video of that song up on YouTube right now, and I will also link you to where you can purchase a physical copy. It is $10 on Comatose Music. There are also CD and shirt bundles available. So let me show you the album again. This is Reign of Ungodly Creation by Decimation. This is released on Comatose Music. Check this out, and I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. Really awesome, brutal tech death from Turkey. Definitely could use some more great metal from that country. So support Decimation. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for joining my channel. And until the next time, Army out.